300 players from the 4 major tours have used it. Players who have won over 100 tournaments.
First started wearing the Q-Link in June of 2002, and I shortly won the Michelob Championship at Kingsmill thereafter.
Put it on that week, and 5 days later, I set the all-time PGA Tour scoring record and shot 28 under and won the Phoenix Open by 8 shots.
Once I put Q-Link on, I had my best year.
I've won 5 times wearing the Q-Link.
Both the tournaments that I won, I was wearing Q-Link.
My results have gone onward and upwards.
Won the Q-Link, now I got the lowest score on the PGA Tour.
I'm going to wear this thing. I'm going to see what happens. And 2 weeks later, I'll win the Senior Open.
Introducing the Q-Link pendant. Reduce your stress, increase your focus and concentration, and shoot lower golf scores with golf's secret weapon, Q-Link.
Hey folks, I'm Bo Riles. How many times have you been frustrated with inconsistency and miss hits on the golf course? With missing a pressure-packed putt? How about the embarrassment of duffing a shot off the first tee? It's happened to all of us. But it's the one advantage the pros seem to have. They seem to be able to get into that zone and perform consistently time after time. So what's the secret? Wouldn't you like to have the same calm confidence and consistency in your golf game? It might be easier to get than you expect. In fact, over 200 tour players from the 4 major tours share the same secret to success. Players who have won over 100 tournaments, millions of dollars in prize money, and set all-time low scoring records. So before you spend hours beating balls or hundreds of dollars on equipment, why not spend a half hour with us and discover the #1 secret to consistency, big money winnings, and lower golf scores? Remember, confidence is an inside job, and for hundreds of tour players and everyday golfers, the secret is right here close to their hearts. It's called the Q-Link pendant.
Q-Link is a lightweight pendant worn around your neck and is the product of a quarter-century of pioneering research developed in conjunction with scientists from Stanford University and the University of California. The key to the pendant's effect is the SRT3 resonating cell. SRT, or sympathetic resonance technology, fine-tunes and enhances your body's energy systems and aids the body's natural ability to cope with stress. A scientifically researched combination of elements from the periodic table are manufactured using a proprietary process to create a resonating cell that helps eliminate stress and increase focus and concentration.
It gives me a much better calm feeling coming down to a pressure situation like that, and allows me to make a better golf swing.
You need to have that calmness about you to let yourself hit the shots and make the putts. And I firmly believe that the Q-Link has helped me do that.
It had a way of calming me. It certainly lowered my anxiety when I got under stressful situations.
So what does that mean? Have you ever played golf with someone who stresses over short putts, has first tee jitters, or has one bad hole ruin the rest of their round? Is that someone you? It happens to everyone. Under stress, your body short circuits and keeps you from performing at your optimal level. However, you can change all that with the Q-Link pendant. It will balance your natural energy and prevent stress from short-circuiting your ability to perform.
Now, when you put on a Q-Link pendant with SRT3 technology, first tee jitters, bad shots, and the need to make that one clutch putt will no longer raise your stress levels, and you'll be able to control your emotions like never before.
We were recently on the range at both PGA and Champions Tour events, and we asked the players how the Q-Link helps their games. Here's what they had to say.
Really gave me a calming type of effect where I just noticed feeling incredibly relaxed, and my concentration and my focus was as good as it's ever been.
You're staying in that zone longer, you can concentrate longer.
We all get nervous on that first tee, and that's the first place where I saw that Q-Link help me.
It's helped me tremendously that way, not to let outside influences affect me in my golf game.
Seemed like my mental focus was crisper, and my sleep was better.
Definitely noticed a few changes. My game's been steadily improving.
Well, the results I noticed, coming down the stretch, the last 9 holes on Sunday, trying to win a golf tournament, I felt like I could handle the pressure better.
Pretty high praise from guys who play for big money under a lot of pressure. And you should know that while hundreds of tour players wear the Q-Link, not a single player is paid to wear Q-Link. Not one. Did you know that 17 events on the 4 major tours were won in 2005 by players wearing a Q-Link? That's a pretty amazing statistic, wouldn't you say? 9 events on the Champions Tour were won by players wearing a Q-Link. That's more victories than every ball maker on tour but one. Don't you think it's time you give it a try? Robert Williams, the developer of the Q-Link pendant, knows how much it'll help you. He's been conducting state-of-the-art research and development in subtle energy physics for over a quarter of a century.
The National Institutes of Health in 1994 accredited this concept of a field of energy in and around each of our cells that regulates the homeostasis, regulates basically the well-being of that particular cell, which of course adds up to your whole body. The Q-Link enhances the biofield, which has the information for you to become more focused. On the golf course, the Q-Link equation is less stress, more focus, lower golf scores.
You know, for me, I had a hard time figuring out how this little device was going to change my game and my life. I'm a golfer, not a scientist. As I've come to find out, it's really quite simple. Think of your car. Now, how many of us have heard funny knocks in our engine and then taken the car to the mechanic who tunes it up and gets it running smoothly? Well, the Q-Link tunes up your body and keeps it running smoothly. And unlike a car that needs tuning every 3,000 miles or so, you buy the Q-Link once and it lasts a lifetime. It's just one of those things you have to try, folks. In fact, that's exactly what PGA Tour star Mark Calcavecchia did.
I hadn't heard of it, but it was told what it could possibly do for me. Put it on that week, and 5 days later, I set the all-time PGA Tour scoring record and shot 28 under and won the Phoenix Open by 8 shots. So I was like, this thing's great. We need to have an edge to compete on the PGA Tour, and in my case, I'm not so young anymore, and I'm not in such great shape. But with the Q-Link, I believe I get that extra edge that enables me to keep up with these young guys. I just won the Canadian Open wearing the Q-Link, and honestly believe that I wouldn't have won that tournament if I had not been wearing this also.
I've seen over 100 victories by players wearing Q-Link. I've seen a player set the PGA Tour scoring record. I've seen a player break it not that long after. I've seen players make more cuts consistently on a regular basis, have more fun doing it because there's a lot less pressure when you're with a Q-Link and a lot more enjoyment and satisfaction.
Increase your focus, improve your energy, hit longer drives, and start playing with more confidence and consistency every single round. Call the number on your screen or order online and start playing with the Q-Link Advantage.